Thought, emotion, and energy shape your life. Once you start realizing that you may be living somebody else's life, a new question naturally comes up. If I didn't consciously choose this, how did I end up here? And the answer isn't luck, it isn't talent, it isn't circumstance alone. It starts much earlier than most people realize. It starts with how you think, how you feel, and the energy you bring into your decisions. Most people think thoughts are passive, something that just happens in the background. But thoughts aren't neutral. They shape how you interpret situations. They influence what you notice. They quietly guide the choices you make every day. And here's the important part. Thoughts don't work alone. They're amplified by emotion. Think about this. You can have the same thought on 2 different days and experience it completely differently. One day, it feels possible. Another day, it feels overwhelming. The difference isn't the thought, it's the emotion attached to it. Emotion is what gives thoughts weight. When a thought is paired with fear, you hesitate. When it's paired with confidence, you move. When it's paired with doubt, you stall. And over time, those reactions create patterns. This is how energy enters the picture. Energy isn't something mystical. It's the tone you bring into your life. It's whether you approach situations from curiosity or protection, from confidence or caution, from openness or defense. 2 people can have the same opportunity in front of them and experience completely different outcomes. Not because the opportunity changed, but because their internal state did. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 people thinking about making a change. One thinks, what if this works? The other thinks, what if this fails? Same situation, same risk, but very different energy. One person explores, the other protects. And over time, those small differences compound. Most people don't end up where they are because of one big decision. They end up there because of thousands of small decisions made from the same emotional state. Fear-based thinking leads to safe choices. Safe choices lead to familiar outcomes. And familiar outcomes start to feel like destiny. But it's not destiny, it's repetition. This is why awareness matters so much. Once you realize you may be living a life shaped by expectations, the next step is noticing what internal state keeps reinforcing it. Are your decisions driven by curiosity or fear? By expansion or protection? By belief or self-doubt? You don't need to label yourself. You just need to notice patterns. Because energy isn't something you fix. It's something you shift. And shifts don't happen overnight. They happen when you start responding differently. This week, I want you to pay attention to something subtle. Notice how you feel before you make decisions. Before you say yes, before you say no, before you avoid something. Ask yourself quietly, what am I feeling right now? And how might that be influencing this choice? You're not trying to control your thoughts. You're learning to observe them. Because the moment you see the pattern, you stop being run by it. And that's where intentional living starts. Not with forcing positivity, not with pretending fear doesn't exist, but with understanding how thought, emotion, and energy work together and choosing to respond with awareness instead of autopilot. Next week, we're going to talk about fear, doubt, and overthinking, and why they're not signs that something is wrong. They're signs that something meaningful is happening. Extraordinary success doesn't come from controlling life. It comes from understanding yourself well enough to move forward intentionally.